Brandon Spencer,
Wait, there's a black school shooter? I never knew that.
was convicted of 4 counts of shooting 4 people at a Halloween party.
You chose that at a Halloween party? Buddy couldn't even wait after they collected the candy.
Yo.
What's good, YouTube? Today we're gonna be looking at school shooters reacting to life sentence. I mean, what did they think they were gonna get? 2 years? A slap on the wrist? Buddy, you emptied the whole school. Your KD ratio is 100 to 0. If you're watching from YouTube, make sure you guys join us on Twitch. We're live every day. Links in the description. Without further ado, let's get started.
A school shooting, multiple injuries, this time outside Denver. And what is somewhat different about this case so far, there were 2 shooting suspects.
Two shooting suspects? Double whammy?
We asked Michelle Miller to find out what she could about the suspect, TJ Lane.
As much as we wish
I don't want to say anything about the victims we've been seeing, but the skin color is pretty self-explanatory.
school shootings were a thing of the past, they continue to occur, leaving behind a trail of devastation and heartbreak.
Nigga, is this the Google AI voice? Is this the TikTok AI voice?
When the perpetrators of these heinous crimes are finally brought to justice and sentenced,
Sorry to everybody who I stole their innocence and high school experience.
I think you stole a bit more than their innocence. You also stole their life, buddy.
the reactions can be just as varied as the individuals themselves. From stoic acceptance to tearful remorse, here are the top 10 school shooters reacting to life sentences. Number 1. TJ Lane. On the morning of February 27, 2012, a shooting took the lives of 3 students and injured 3 others. The incident shocked the community.
Listen here, buddy. Every video in which I see the term Ohio, I try not to continue the Ohio lore, but every time something crazy happens, it's in this location.
And sparked national attention on school shootings and gun violence. Chardon High School's cafeteria was open, and many students would gather there, some to have breakfast while others waited for a bus. It was reported that a male student stood up in the cafeteria and started firing, which caused confusion and disorder. Surveillance video showed the culprit.
He emptied the clip in the school cafeteria. Nigga, they last eats was cafeteria food. I wish they survived that incident because I'd be damned if the last thing I ate was some goddamn school patties, bruh.
Later identified as TJ Lane. Thomas Michael Lane III grew up in a troubled home environment full of domestic violence and criminal behavior. The culprit, a 17-year-old also known as TJ, was arrested, and he admitted to the shooting but couldn't explain why he did it.
Who's that crazy dude that looks like him? Why is ass built like the dude from Toy Story? Come on! He was bound to do something evil. Do you see the way he looks? Bro, I'm telling y'all, bruh. It's kinda sad out here.
His mental state was questioned, but he was deemed competent to stand trial. In a courtroom packed with victims' families, the judge gave TJ Lane 3 consecutive life sentences for his heinous crimes.
God damn! Hold on, if I'm correct, life sentence is 20. Y'all couldn't just give him 1 life sentence? You think the nigga gonna reincarnate like some sort of cat?
During his trial, TJ Lane made a shocking statement by unbuttoning his blue shirt to reveal a t-shirt on which he had scrawled an inappropriate word. This action showed his remorselessness in committing the heinous school shooting. The provocative gesture was seen by many as a show of disrespect to the families of the victims who had lost their lives in the tragic incident.
Imagine your ass lose your son to a nigga built like Sid from Toy Story and the nigga flick you off. You telling me you're not gonna stand up and smack him? Cause I know I would.
Victims who had lost their lives in the tragic incident. Lane's behavior indicated his defiant and unremorseful attitude, evident throughout the proceedings. Throughout the trial, he smirked and gestured obscenely, clearly showing no regret for the gravity of his actions. The victims' relatives were allowed to speak at the sentencing, but TJ remained indifferent. The families shared their grief and loss with the court, but TJ continued to smirk and show a complete lack of empathy.
Like, I don't understand your chat. Does jail not scare you? Does the concept of jail not scare you? Oh, buddy, yeah, you're getting life in prison. I don't even think I could bust a little smirk. Dog, you know what follows life in jail? Your booty getting tickled, horrible eats for life, you're never seeing outside again. That means, I don't know if you're straight, buddy, but your ass gonna turn gay because ain't no woman, ain't no cooch in there.
TJ continued to smirk and show a complete lack of empathy. His behavior was so inappropriate that even the judge was moved to address him, stating that he showed no signs of remorse or responsibility for his actions. On September 11, 2014, TJ Lane, along with 2 other inmates, escaped from prison. The news of his escape caused panic and worry among the authorities, who promptly shut down Chardon High School to ensure the safety of its students. However, the escape was short-lived, as Lane was caught less than 24 hours.
Wait, he escaped? Okay, I can see why he probably got some connections, but nigga, 24 hours later, lame man, nigga.
Later. In the end, TJ was left to begin his life sentence, still smirking. It was a chilling reminder that sometimes the worst monsters hide in plain sight, and that even in the face of tragedy, some refuse to take responsibility for their actions. Number 2, Sky Boosh. Sky Boosh, a man from Crystal River, confessed to shooting a weapon through a door and injuring a student at Forest High School. The incident made the entire student body frightened for their safety, and the perpetrator was found guilty and sentenced to a lengthy prison term, leaving him no choice but to be down on the ground. Sky Boosh planned to go to Forest High School in Ocala, Florida, and scare people. He prepared by putting his sawed-off shotgun in a guitar case, taking 2 pills, and wearing a tactical vest under his backpack. Boosh felt
Wait, what did he do?
And scare people. He prepared by putting his sawed-off shotgun in a guitar case, taking 2 pills, and wearing a tactical vest under his backpack.
The nigga took 2 perkies before his ass started shooting niggas up?
Boosh felt ignored and wanted to go to jail, so he went to his former high school on April 20th, 2018, and fired through a door, injuring a 17-year-old student in the ankle. Boosh admitted to researching church and school shootings. He said he felt that church shootings got no attention in the media while school shootings received more publicity.
Wait, so you shot up a school for clout? My dog said, hey man, I'm not gonna lie, shooting up a church is that's rookie numbers, bruh. I knew if I wanted to be famous, I need to get a Columbine hit.
When asked why he did it, Boosh replied that it had been built up since he was a young child. Not being around good things, a lot of mental illness, violence, and neglect contributed
That barber definitely neglected that lineup.
to his outburst. Boosh said it wasn't a good day, and he could have pumped the shotgun, but he just dropped it. He also apologized to the injured student, but acknowledged that the student could think what he wanted to. Boosh was denied bail at his first court appearance, and his grandmother, Linda Costello, was present at the sentencing. Costello told the Star Banner that her grandson is sorry and nice. Boosh asked the judge if he could get a lighter sentence,
His ass wasn't nice when he emptied the clip on that school.
but the judge denied his request. Boosh was sentenced to 30 years in prison for the shooting at Forest High School. Boosh accepted a sentence of 30 years in prison and 30 years of probation to follow his release.
Y'all gotta understand, dog. 30 years your meat is gonna die when you come out. Ain't no where the strip club's at. 30 years is crazy.
Requiring him to serve at least 25 years of the sentence. If he is released after serving the minimum time, he will be 47 years old. The incident involving Sky Boosh at Forest High School in Ocala, Florida, is a tragic reminder of the consequences of neglecting mental health. It is important to prioritize mental health care and support and to provide resources for struggling people before it is too late. Number 3, Caleb Sharp. On September 13, 2017, Sharp brought multiple weapons to school and opened fire on his classmates, taking the life of Strahan, injuring 3 girls, and terrorizing dozens of others.
Imagine if all the school shooters were a group of friends. Imagine if they all got together for lunch. Y'all think that school would have been just done? Or do y'all think they would have made friends and then probably told each other not to do it? This could have easily been a group of supervillains, but you shot the hose, my nigga? Is it because you weren't pulling anyone? I mean, I could tell. My nigga, you got patches on your head. Of course you weren't pulling no girls. You ain't gotta shoot them, though.
He was arrested and brought to court. The courtroom was silent as the judge announced Caleb Sharp's sentence. Amy Strahan, the mother of one of Sharp's victims, watched the surveillance footage of the Freeman High School shooting with determination, tears streaming down her face. She had lost her son in the worst way possible, and Sharp had shown zero remorse. Sharp didn't react to the video, but his parents, seated behind him, closed their eyes. During his court hearing, the Freeman School shooter Caleb Sharp offered a public apology for the first time. He expressed remorse and stated that there was only one thing he could say, which was that he was sorry. Sharp addressed Amy Strahan, the mother of Sam Strahan.
I'm sorry. Let someone end the life of my daughter or son, and their response is, I'm sorry. Oh, you know what? Oh. But if I empty the clip at you, I'll apologize afterwards. I feel like that's the only good rebuttal. What the fuck you mean sorry? You weren't sorry when your ass went on a GTA shooting 5-star spree?
The girls he injured, and the entire community, acknowledging that he could never fully make amends for his actions. As Sharp spoke, Amy Strahan was in tears, comforted by her daughter Emily. Additionally, Sharp stated that he prays for forgiveness and hopes that the community and God can forgive him. Brooke Foley, Sharp's public defender, argued that because of his age and immaturity at the time of the shooting, Sharp should be considered a youthful offender and
Oh, my bad, Chad. I forgot us when we were in high school and middle school. We were so immature that we thought to ourselves, yeah, let's just shoot up a fucking school. No, that's not immaturity. It don't matter how young you are. Nobody ever thinks, yeah, let me just end the life of the school.
receive a sentence below the standard range. Foley asked for a 20-year fixed sentence, but the judge did not agree. Sharp will have to go before a sentencing review board before his release, and the board will evaluate his likelihood to re-offend and his level of rehabilitation. With credit for time served, it will be 35 years before he can request release.
It should have been life.
Ruled that the maximum sentence allowed by law, nearly 46 years to life in prison, would have been appropriate. The tragedy at Freeman High School is a stark reminder of the devastating impact of...
They should have added a 0 to that 46 years, but I'll take it.
Number 4. Ethan Crumbley. On November 30th, 2021, Oxford High School was the site of one of Michigan's most devastating school shootings. 15-year-old Ethan Crumbley, a student at the school, entered the building with a load...
Yo, chat, is Michigan in Ohio? Ohio, Michigan, that's a place, right? Yeah, that's a place. Nigga, Ohio's in Michigan. Bro, I'm telling y'all, bro. Ohio is in Michigan, right? Ohio. My bad.
Loaded 9mm semi-automatic handgun, which he had obtained just 4 days prior. Crumbley had written in his journal that he would cause the biggest school shooting in Michigan's history and has fully mentally lost it. And tragically, he did exactly what he had planned. He took the lives of 3 students and injured 8 others. In court on Monday, April 24th,
Wait, 2023? Wait, this just happened? This is why you gotta stop bullying kids, bro. Because I know his ass got flamed every day, bro. That's not even an excuse because I got flamed as a kid too, but I've never once thought, yeah, bro, wait until I empty the clip on this school. No.
Crumbley appeared in an orange jumpsuit with a medical mask pulled below his chin, pleading guilty to all charges. He was accused of taking the lives of 4 students and wounding 7 others, including a teacher. The prosecutor described it as a landmark case.
A teacher as well? Y'all think he had like any reasoning for that? I remember last semester, yo, I gave me a B when my ass turned in a 50-page essay. Yo, bitch, you're done.
And the judge asked him if it was his choice to plead guilty. Crumbley answered, "Yes, sir." The mother of Madison Baldwin, a 17-year-old victim, broke down in tears as soon as her daughter's name was mentioned in court. Crumbley confirmed that he had taken the lives of each victim, all identified by name, and admitted that he had retrieved the gun from an unlocked container in his home on the day of the shooting. Crumbley said he had hidden it in his backpack and pulled it out in a bathroom before opening fire on his schoolmates. Crumbley's parents, James and Jennifer Crumbley...
Imagine if you never knew how your life was gonna end and then someone told you, yeah, this is the kid that's gonna end your life. This nerd-ass looking kid. I would have been like, no, you're not serious. This nigga looks like a goddamn Pokemon viewer, bruh. He looks like he was excited when Dream had his face reveal. The nigga does not look like a murderer.
who have pleaded not guilty to related charges.
Wait, they arrested the whole family? I didn't know that's how it worked.
Were charged over allegations involving their son's access to the gun. Crumbley's statement contradicted his parents' claims that the gun was securely stored. He told the judge that he gave his father money to buy him the gun he used in the mass shooting, and that the gun was easily accessible. Crumbley had written in his journal that the first victim should be a pretty girl with a future, so she could suffer like him. He confirmed in court that...
No, that's some D1 hating shit. What? You know what? I'm looking at you. You got accepted to Harvard. You look very pretty. I'm not gonna lie. You probably gonna have a very successful life with that ass. Well, guess what, ma'am? I'm killing you. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This guy gotta get life in prison.
Deliberately hunted down the students, affirming what he had written in his journal. Crumbley, who now faces up to life in prison without parole, showed no emotion during the plea hearing, and his attorney, Paulette Michelle Lofton, said that he was definitely remorseful, despite his lack of emotion in court. Initially, Michelle Lofton had planned to plead insanity, but after the hearing, she noted that such a defense was difficult and that her client opted in...
God damn, nigga, her chin is crazy. Of course he was gonna lose, bruh. They're not even paying attention to her words. They're paying attention to that crimson chin.
...to plead guilty. Number 5. Brandon Spencer.
Wait, there's a black school shooter? I never knew that.
Brandon Spencer, a 21-year-old man, was convicted of 4 counts of shooting 4 people at a Halloween party on the University of Southern California campus. He was sentenced to 40 years to life in prison. The court proceedings were emotional, with Spencer pounding his forehead twice on the desk and sobbing as the judge read his sentence. Spencer's defense attorney pleaded for a lenient sentence, citing
What else were you expecting? You killed 4 people.
the totality of his life, including his employment as a licensed security guard and his aspirations to attend college. However, the prosecution painted Spencer as a criminal with gang ties and used tweets from his phone as evidence. During the trial, they told the jury that Spencer was a documented, well-known gang member who had been shot in the stomach in August 2011 by an unidentified rival gang member. Before his sentencing, Spencer apologized in court, saying, "I'm sorry for what happened, but I can't spend the rest of my life in prison." However, when asked why
What did you think they were gonna spawn? Okay, yeah, we got you. All right, leave.
he apologized, he clarified that he was sorry for what happened to the victims, not for committing the crime. Deputy District Attorney Antonella Nistorescu argued that Spencer was seeking revenge when he fired at Gino Hall, a reputed gang member, outside the party at USC. Hall, a former football standout at Crenshaw High School, testified that he had been talking to his girlfriend when he was hit and didn't know who did it.
Out of all the nights your ass could have chose, you chose it at a Halloween party? But he couldn't even wait after they collected the candy on some
Or
shit.
why. Nistorescu told the jury that gang members don't snitch and don't talk to the police, even to their rivals. According to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, Spencer and Hall, Nistorescu told the jury that gang members don't snitch and don't talk to the police, even to their rivals. According to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, Spencer and Hall had an ongoing feud over social media fueled by their gang rivalry. It's unclear what started the feud or why Spencer needed revenge by shooting Hall and 3 other innocent people. As Spencer was led away to begin his sentence, his family and friends wept and hugged each other. It's a tragic end to a young life full of promise, but ultimately derailed by poor choices and involvement
No. His ass was not promising at all.
in a dangerous gang lifestyle. The victims of his senseless violence will never fully recover from their physical and emotional wounds, and Spencer will spend the rest of his life behind bars, paying the price for his actions. It's a sobering reminder of the destruction
Okay, shut up.
Carneal. On the morning of December 1st, 1997, a teenage boy named Carneal had a sinister plan brewing in his mind. He had wrapped a shotgun and a rifle in a blanket, disguising them as an art project, and carried a loaded pistol in his backpack.
What fucking dumbass teacher was that? What type of disguise for an art equipment was that? I don't think that there's brushes that big to carry a goddamn shotgun. I'm not gonna lie, yes, don't get me wrong, it's easy to sneak a gun in school. I've never done it, but I've seen a kid do it. Essentially what I'm trying to say is, bro, well, like, how? Oh no. Jury, please, you're gonna have to give him an extra 20 for that lineup, bro. Why is his lineup overlapping each other?
Carried a loaded pistol in his backpack. Accompanied by his sister, Carneal arrived at school at around 7:45 a.m. He quickly inserted earplugs into his ears and retrieved the pistol from his bag. Without hesitation, he began firing at a youth group of students, quickly unleashing 10 rounds of bullets. The horrific incident claimed the lives of 3 innocent girls.
This is why I'll never understand. Yo, I don't know if you guys ever realized this. I feel like all these school shooters, they've just been targeting girls, which leads one conclusion. All the people who have shot up schools are ugly. Y'all are ugly. Y'all got bullied so hard, and the girls, they ain't want you, so your ass ending their lives. I don't understand.
And 5 other students were gravely injured. Carneal's twisted plan had been executed, leaving the school community and the victims' families in shock and despair. He had a history of being bullied by other students and struggled with anxiety, depression, and severe paranoia. He exhibited behaviors such as covering up vents and windows in bathrooms because he believed someone was watching him. After the shooting, he was diagnosed with schizotypal personality disorder and dysthymia. Dewey Cornell and Diane Shetke, who evaluated him after the shooting, revised their diagnosis to schizophrenia. In October 1998, Michael Carneal, due to his mental illness, entered a guilty plea, which was accepted. As part of the plea agreement, the judge agreed to accept the plea on the condition that Carneal would be sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 25 years, which would be in 2022. Prosecutor Tim Kaltenbach stated that this plea arrangement allowed Carneal to receive mental health treatment while in prison for as long as necessary or until his release. Carneal expressed remorse for his actions and recognized that he only considered himself at the time of the shooting without considering the harm and devastation he would cause.
What do you mean you don't know the harm you caused? Nigga, you just killed kids! I'm pretty sure in that process, you would have to know that, okay, yeah, maybe ending the lives of parents' children would cause harm. I don't even know why I'm trying to make sense of it.
Although he struggled to explain why he acted out, he acknowledged suffering from delusions and paranoia. He shared that the therapy and medication he received while in prison had helped stabilize his mental health. Despite his violent actions, he described himself as not being inherently violent. Recently, he tried to get parole.
This is an 80-year-old man. What the fuck? What the fuck clips is this man getting? Oh, that's him now? No, that's not him. That's not him. That's not him. That's not him. Dude. Ew. Oh my goodness. This gotta be the craziest blowdown I've ever seen.
Any chance of parole when he testified that he still hears voices in his head like the ones he said told him to open fire in December 1997.
You're not Randy Orton, bruh.
Number 7. Dimitrios Pagortzis. In May 2018, a tragic school shooting occurred at Santa Fe High School in Santa Fe, Texas, taking the lives of 10 individuals, including 8 students and 2 teachers. 13 others were also injured. The perpetrator of the shooting was identified as 17-year-old student Dimitrios Pagortzis, who was later arrested. At the time, this shooting was considered the 3rd deadliest high school shooting in the United States. He began firing a weapon into an art class in the school at 7:32. a.m.
He thought he was gonna draw anime characters, and when he found out that they draw landscapes and portraits, he was like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm emptying it. I'm emptying the clip.
The incident occurred in the school's art complex. During the shooting, a staff member pulled a fire alarm, causing most of the school to evacuate. Multiple students and coaches allegedly bullied Pagortzis, although the school denied the accusations against.
Nigga, the teachers bullied him too. Okay, imagine it being bullied in school and getting roasted, and your ass pull up to PE and your PE teacher says, oh, you fat ass nigga. I can still blame him, but bro, why y'all gotta do that to bro?
Against the coaches. According to one of his former teachers, Pagortzis was quiet but not in a creepy way, and he never wrote or drew anything suspicious or unusual in his class journal. He was an honor roll student and played football for the school. However, journals found on his computer and phone by police after the shooting indicated that he had planned to take his own life afterwards and had advertised his intentions. Pagortzis told police that he intended to harm the classmates he shot and spare those.
Do they force these niggas to go bald or do they go bald themselves? Because I'm looking at this shit, bruh. Oh my goodness.
He liked so he could have his story told.
Humpty Dumpty?
He was charged with the capital deaths of multiple people and aggravated assault against a police officer and was held without bond in the Galveston County Jail. As he was a minor during the shooting, he is ineligible for the death penalty or life without parole.
You know what? I understand that's the rule, but I'll be honest. I think death penalty should work for young people too. I don't care. I don't care. Inject that little nigga, bruh.
This is a life sentence with the possibility of parole after 40 years. Upon entering the court, he seemed calm and showed no remorse for his actions. He answered every question without even stuttering. After the Santa Fe High School shooting, students organized a candlelight vigil to honor the victims on May 18th. 10 white crosses were placed in front of the school to memorialize the deceased. However, the crosses were removed before the start of the next school year, and families of the victims were allowed to take home any items left at the memorial for.
Alright, what's the next one?
8. Barry Lukaitis.
Okay, there's 2 things wrong with this. His first name is Barry, and his last name Lukaitis. I'm not taking nobody named Lukaitis serious. Nigga, what the f? If you're giving your character a default name like Barry, y'all know the name Barry McCockiner? Okay, I'm yapping.
2nd, 1996. A school shooting occurred at Frontier Middle School in Moses Lake, Washington, USA. The perpetrator was 14-year-old Barry Dale Lukaitis, who shot and took the lives of his algebra teacher and 2 students and held his classmates hostage.
Okay. Look, nobody deserves to die, but it's math class. It's math class, my nigga. That's where kids feel the most frustrated. I'm telling y'all, make math easier and maybe school shooters won't be as heated during the moment. His teacher probably told his ass to solve a squared plus b whatever, and his ass said, okay, F it.
Before being subdued by a gym coach. During the incident at Frontier Middle School, the shooter, Barry Dale Lukaitis, arrived at school dressed in a Wild West-style outfit with a black duster. He brought with him a hunting rifle and 2 handguns that belonged to his father. After walking from his house to the school, he entered his algebra classroom during the 5th period. The Loukaitis family was dealing with several issues, and their home environment was dysfunctional, leading to his parents' separation in 1995. Barry's mother filed for divorce in January 1996 after discovering her husband's infidelity. Psychologists hired by the defense believed that Barry Loukaitis had depression or bipolar disorder. At the same time, Dr. Alan Eunice, a professor of psychiatry and behavioral sciences at the University of Washington and a prosecution witness, diagnosed him with dysthymic disorder. The Spokane Court of Appeals had to determine whether to try Loukaitis as an adult or a juvenile. In July, Judge Evan Sperline allowed court-appointed psychiatrist Joan Petrick.
I feel like if he was to go to my school, his ass wouldn't have been clowned. Whatever he was going through, bro, I feel like both of his parents must have told him, yo, bro, I hate you, you were a mistake or whatever. And even if my parents told me that, nigga, I still wouldn't have shot up a school. So I'm not using that as an excuse, but I'm just saying, I feel like he was battling demons. Just look how he looks.
To present testimony regarding Loukaitis' mental health. Due to the media's attention, the trial was moved from Spokane to Seattle, Washington. Due to the
school shooter resentenced to 189 years. Honestly speaking, I don't even know if he's gonna live to see GTA 6. GTA 6, please drop. Rockstar Games, nigga. We've been waiting for that shit for a minute, bruh. Drop the shit. Goddamn, bruh. 189 years is crazy, though.
Media's attention, the trial was moved from Spokane to Seattle, Washington. Loukaitis pleaded insanity on all charges, but in 2012, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that people convicted of committing a capital...
He was 14? Wait, I wasn't even paying attention to this. Bro emptied the clip in middle school? Okay, bro was fighting demons.
...crime when they were under 18 years old could not receive automatic life terms without parole. In 2016, the policy was applied retroactively. During a resentencing in 2017, Loukaitis apologized for the first time, saying,
"So that's how he looks now? Wait, I don't get it though. Why did they give his ass 189 years, but the other kids, they gave them like what, 25 years max, and they were in high school? Like, it would make more sense for a middle schooler not to get more time."
During a resentencing in 2017, Loukaitis apologized for the first time, saying it was because he was weak and stupid. He was sentenced to 189 years in prison. Number 9. Nikolas Cruz.
No, I'm sorry, I gotta talk about this one more time. 189 years. Just say he gets 80 years. 189? That's just double kill. Right now, y'all just emoting on him, bruh. Y'all just teabagging on that nigga prison sentence.
Nikolas Cruz has had a history of behavioral issues since he was a preschooler. He attended 6 different schools in 3 years due to these issues.
Wait, what?
He attended 6 different schools in 3 years due to these issues.
Yo, so bro was been plotting 6 different schools? Just imagine how happy those 5 different schools that he was in felt after noticing that he didn't do it to their school. That gotta be a relief.
There were reports of him making threats against other students. In 2018, Nikolas Cruz, who was 19 years old, carried out a shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Cruz took the lives of 17 individuals and caused injuries to another 17. He fled the scene on foot, blending in with other students. Law enforcement officials arrested him without incident approximately 1 hour later in near...
They're so lucky that I wasn't law enforcement, bruh. Let me just find out a nigga just came on a 17 KD ratio spree. I'm emptying the clip at that little nigga, bruh. I don't understand why y'all treat kids that they can't be vicious as well. 17 kills. Finish him on some Mortal Kombat shit.
...by Coral Springs. Nikolas Cruz sat shackled in a red jumpsuit, listening intently as Judge Elizabeth Scherer handed him a sentence.
Hey, shorty. I can sentence me too, you know? You can sentence me too, like, take me with you, like what we doing, like... My bad, but hey, she probably was lenient with her fine ass.
Sentence of life without parole. The courtroom was tense, as the families of Cruz's 17 dead victims had spent 2 days criticizing him for his actions. Cruz had been found guilty of the massacre and of harming those he wounded. The jury in his penalty trial had voted 9, 3 on October 13th to take his life, but Florida law required unanimity for that sentence to be imposed. Cruz acknowledged that he was on medication, but could understand what was happening under questioning from the judge. The sentencing came after 2 days of parents, siblings, spouses, and others of the slain victims, and some surviving wounded, taking turns addressing Cruz face to face.
Yo, Chad, do you guys think y'all would be tough to be in that courtroom? I'll be honest, even if it wasn't my family that are victims, I would have ran in there, gave bro like a little two-piece, mink. I don't know, bro. That's just me, though.
The judge commended the families and wounded who testified, calling them strong, graceful, and patient.
Facts.
I know you are going to be okay because you have each other, Scherer said. Many family members criticized the law requiring jury unanimity for the other sentence during their impact statements. Linda Beigel Schulman, the mother of teacher Scott Beigel, had spoken of vengeance when it was her turn to confront Cruz.
Her ass said, bro, you lucky I can't get to you because I know there was some badass moms out there.
Real justice would be done if every family here were given a bullet and your AR-15.
Yo, Linda on time, man. Hey, listen, Linda. I'm with that, though. I agree.
Cruz's reaction was a little shocking. He stared at the speakers but showed little emotion, as he did the day before. This was shocking because he had viciously attacked a prison guard just before appearing in court. Jennifer Guttenberg, the mother of victim Jamie Guttenberg, got up to speak. She admonished Cruz for hiding his face and expressions behind a blue COVID mask, prompting Cruz to remove the face covering. Beigel Schulman said she takes some comfort in knowing that Cruz is headed to a maximum security prison where he will have to worry constantly about his safety for the rest of his life. The judge's sentence of life without parole was a small consolation for the families of the victims, who will never be able to fully recover from their loss.
R.I.P. to the victims' families, bruh. Real talk. I really think about it, bro. You know how sad it gotta be to bury your own children? Your own children in school, bruh. You dropped them in school, and the next thing you know, you gotta bury them.
But it was a step towards their healing. Number 10. Devin Erickson.
Y'all think about search on TikTok, people made edits of this guy simping for him? Okay.
Devin Erickson was convicted of 46 charges in the passing of Kendrick Castillo, an 18-year-old senior who was hailed as a hero for trying to stop the attack on a classroom at STEM School Highlands Ranch, south of Denver. Erickson partnered with fellow student Alec McKinney in the 2019 shooting.
A tag team school shooting is insanity, bruh.
He had planned the attack for weeks and intended to target classmates who repeatedly mocked him because he was transgender. Erickson was 18 years old at the time of the attack.
Yo, transgender niggas are also on timing. I've never seen the LGBTQ school shooting. That's crazy, yo, bro. We are really getting inclusive, and maybe not in the right way. We're getting inclusive now. I seen a black person and an LGBTQ nigga.
Which meant that he faced a mandatory life sentence. After a lengthy and emotional hearing in which survivors shared their pain, trauma, and disruption to their lives, Judge Teresa Michelle Slade added hundreds of years of prison time to Erickson's life sentence for multiple charges and counts. Erickson and McKinney targeted a classroom of students sitting in the dark as they watched a movie at the end of their senior year.
No, at the end of this shit, they were about to survive. That gotta be the worst way to, bro, y'all don't understand, bro. They were about to graduate, prom, all of that, just to have their life taken away while watching a movie. R.I.P., bruh.
The two entered through separate doors to maximize the number of students they could fatally harm. Erickson displayed virtually no emotion, but just after his parents, sister, and grandfather told him they loved him in their testimony.
Hell no, nigga. I'm that nigga. Parents, I'm about to say, bro, you a dumbass nigga. I hope you rot in there. You are not my kin. What? Are y'all loving y'all kids if they empty the clip on people in high school? The only thing I would say is, fine God, fuck, nigga.
His voice broke when the judge asked if he wanted to speak. He declined, and the judge said, "I don't think there is anything I can say to you, Mr. Erickson, that would make any difference." Recounting how the shooting had devastated not only those at the school and their families, but also untold numbers of people beyond the suburban community where the school is located, the judge said that she found the two pieces of evidence fake and illegitimate, and that Erickson was guilty of everything. Erickson never tried to explain his actions, leaving a gaping hole for a community seeking at least some sense of closure.
You ain't have to say gaping hole though, bro. I'm sorry, you know my ass freaky. I'm thinking about another type of hole.
McKinney, who was 16 at the time of the shooting, was sentenced to life in prison, but could become eligible for parole after about 20 years under a program for juvenile offenders. Erickson's trial was a devastating reminder of the impact of gun violence on communities and families. It is a tragedy that so many young people lost their lives.
What type of fucking freaky ass thumbnails is this? I can't even finish this video. With that being said, YouTube, that does include the video of school shooters reacting to life sentence. Let me know what y'all think about it. If you're watching from YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. Join us on Discord, catch us on Twitch, all that good stuff. Watch stuff for life. Love y'all, and peace.